Okay, I'm back with part 4 now. Here is the Vision. This is what we're going to start with the Marvel Comics poster book with Alex Ross artwork. He looks very cool. The Vision. Let's see what Alex says about the Vision. Okay, he says, for some reason, the stoic, grim, and mostly bald hero archetypes are my favorites. I feel the strongest connection to heroes like the Vision and others who have that reserved, spark-like quality to how they present themselves. The Vision was a dazzling character to look at, whose color deviation from the primary red, blue, and yellow-hued leads made him a fitting complement to his fellow Avengers. In Marvel lore, the heroes and villains who wore capes often did so when their powers were so impressive that they had this adornment as a sign of their superiority. Thor is a good example of this. Very cool. I remember I liked how they did in the movie when Vision looked at Thor's cape. Then he kind of like nonchalantly said, okay, I'll have a cape myself. Okay, here we go. That was cool. Also, when he handed Thor his hammer Mjolnir, that was cool. Okay, now in my mind, the idea of an android or synthetic man, not a robot per se, who can change his density to pass through objects seems like a power fit for a biological unearthly hero. When I learned that the original namesake he was based on was a 40s era Kirby creation who came from another dimension, now that's cool. It seemed more fitting for me as to what a Vision should be. The modern edition was meant to fit a direction from Stan Lee to co-creator Roy Thomas to include an artificial man on the Avengers team. Cool. Very cool colors. Thomas's collaborator John Buscema designed the new Vision with some elegance that his looks commanded respect as well as our empathy. The Vision's darkened eyes added greatly to his mystery. I've illustrated this character many times over the years, but find I need to revisit Buscema's exact feature shapes to try and capture what made him so distinctive. Out of John Buscema's legendary run on the Avengers book, this hero may stand as his single greatest graphic contribution. He does look cool. And it's kind of like how he flew too when he was flying with his cape on and everything. He was holding the cape like that, and he was flying through the air and everything. That first picture I've seen of him. Cool. Let's see who else we can add now. Try to get Scarlet Witch in here now. Here she is. Very cool. I like in the movie when they did, or the TV show from Disney, how they had them in these costumes and everything, like they were going on a Halloween trick-or-treating thing. It was kind of cool. So, also like Georgia Perez's rendition of her, making her look more Greek and everything was really cool. Okay, here we go. She looks really good though, the way she is now. Scarlet Witch. The most visible of all the important women in the Avengers history is the Scarlet Witch, Alex says. This is somewhat of a debatable position because the Wasp was clearly there at the group's start. However, Wasp was often tiny in illustrations and had a propensity to change her look. Yeah, she did. She had a lot of costumes. Like she had like all those. I think didn't she have like a designer or something like that, and she designed clothes and stuff for people. So let's see. Okay, however, let's see. In contrast, Scarlet Witch kept the same costume for much of the last 5 decades. An argument could be made for the Black Widow, as she has now been seen on film as a founding member of the Avengers and is a preeminent Marvel hero today. But she wasn't really a regular member of the Avengers team, and she didn't find her signature look for many years, it says. So, the Scarlet Witch has a distinction she shares with her fellow second-wave Avengers, Hawkeye and her brother, Quicksilver, who were all considered villains at an earlier point, though mainly through manipulation by other characters, and needed redemption in the public's eyes. Wanda, Scarlet Witch, and Pietro, Quicksilver, which I hate that they killed him off in the movie, added a quicker soap opera angle to the team dynamic, where the brother jealously guarded his sister and would come to disapprove of her union with the robot Vision. Okay, their attachment to mutant kind would also add a dimension of world persecution to their makeup. Unlike her brother, Scarlet Witch would come to be more prevalent and long-serving member of Marvel's most star-studded supergroup. Heroine. Okay. The unique headdress she wears is the clear signature style of her co-creator, Jack Kirby. That's cool. Whereas her appearance is an impressive styling for a superhero witch, there was always a humble quality to Wanda's presence. In a romantic pairing that would be one of the most popular in comics history, the Scarlet Witch's appearance and love for the Vision gives a sense of fulfillment to readers. She's cool. And terrifying in one of the latest movies. Wow. Okay, let me pick another one, see what we got next. I'll be right back. Ooh, we got the Falcon here. This is very cool. Look at him. Look at the bird. Red Wing. It'd be cool to see him in a movie like this. Wow. Powerful looking. Okay, now we see what he says about Falcon. Like many who were introduced to comics in the 70s, the way I got to know Captain America was in equal billing with his partner, the Falcon. Marvel's second black superhero was also the first African-American superhero, as T'Challa the Black Panther was from Africa. The early design of Falcon didn't feature him as a winged creature, but as a tropics-influenced green and orange-garbed hero. I remember seeing that in one of his first appearances. Red Wing is an actual Falcon companion. Was there at the start, which would slowly affect his look becoming based on the bird. And see, Falcon then changed to a white and red costume with only a single glove for Red Wing to perch on and a propelling hook-line bird claw for Falcon himself to swing from. Wow, okay, he didn't fly then. I'm trying to remember some of the stuff he did. He looks cool. I like his boots. Those are cool. Black Panther then stepped in to upgrade Falcon with a set of wings. Cool. Falcon's small wings went where the corresponding mammal appendages would be, under his arms and not out of his back. Okay. He looked more like he could glide than soar. But Falcon's flying enhancement would be a welcome asset to his adventures with Cap. The classic winged outfit for Falcon would become his most identifiable look for years, even as more practical augmentations would be added over time. Cool. This costume looks really cool, though. See it like in real life? See a guy dressed like that? That'd be cool. His exposed arms hinted at a raw strength that is subdued the more he gets covered up. Having designed the current suit for the hero, I feel that I didn't improve a great costume that already worked graphically, if not functionally. He looks cool, though. I like that. And the mask and everything. Very cool. Let me add some more on here. Let's see who we can get next. Here we go, like we were talking. Here's the Black Panther. He looks cool, man. He looks powerful. Like they did the lines and everything on the feet, everything on the boots, kind of like gloves. And then the gloves had lines on them as well. Everything. Can't really see it too much over here. He's got him in shadow. Well, he looks cool, man. The one eye. Let's see what he says about Black Panther. It's hard to imagine that Jack Kirby's original concept of Cold Tiger with a striped and brightly colored costume. Yeah, I remember seeing that too in one of the books I got talking about Jack Kirby collector book that I get all the time. Okay, I gotta catch up on that collection because those are good books. They got some stuff coming out now, and I need to pick up some of the books I missed of Jack Kirby collector from Tomorrow Publishing. Okay, here we go. You see, he had a bright colored costume, would have made the same impact had he been introduced as the world's first black superhero. Clearly, the refinement of this idea into the more striking and primal Black Panther was an improvement. Okay. It was the subtlety of Kirby's rendering that guaranteed this dark-clad, pointed-eared design wouldn't be confused with any others like it. The 1966 arrival of the African King superhero changed comics forever and stood as a remarkable act of bravery to expand representation in the art form. The collision with the real-life political group was an accidental occurrence that had relatively little impact on the character's continued legend. Cool. He just looks powerful, man. Okay. His background as a monarch for an advanced African nation gave all kinds of material to build upon creatively and an ideal society to aspire to. Kirby made an impact with first establishing the character in the Fantastic Four's comic, and later when Marvel gave Black Panther his own book. Within Black Panther's own book, Kirby made the mask look more like a panther's skull shape and added fingertip claws, which inspired artists and movie designers for decades afterward. When I draw the costume, I try to keep that subtlety of seeing the cat face emerge, that's cool, from within the form-fitting mask in a shadowed, organic way. It does that, looks like that too. That is cool. The nose and everything. Okay, let's add some more. Okay, here we go. We got one more here. The Black Widow. Very cool. I like the belt. Real simple costume. Those are dangerous. Very cool. Let's see what Alex has to say about the Black Widow. Okay, the catsuit design given to Natasha Romanoff by John Romita Sr. is one of the coolest redesigns in comics. Dressed previously with veils, capes, and fishnets, the Iron Man villainous turned rogue agent from Russia was looking for an upgrade that matched her cool code name. Yep. Let's see. The sleek but personally indistinct black costume established her mode of operation as a mostly covert one. She may have had footwear that allowed her to stick to walls, but she was no imitation of Spider-Man, although her new look was introduced in his book. The circular belt, cartridges, and high-teased hairstyle were both holdovers from styles of the late 60s. Neither of these details seem dated, though, and are elements that I like to keep when I can depict a continuation of aesthetics from another era. Black Widow is now a greater, heroic inspiration for fans as she is seen as the preeminent female superhero in Marvel's films. So, very cool looking. Much of her history was in partnership with others like Hawkeye, the Avengers, and Daredevil, but now her independent value as a solo hero eclipses all of her past associations. Very cool. I like the belt. Alright, and I'm going to grab one of my Avengers books so I can show that off a little bit, but this is the last of the Marvel book here for now. Just a second. I had one more I forgot about. Hawkeye. Who could forget Hawkeye? This is very cool. I like how he draws him and paints him. Nice. I got all the comic books and everything with all the his paintings of them. But here's what he says about Hawkeye. The Purple Avenger is a long-standing pillar of that group, whether or not he was even their archer in residence for a greater period of stories in the late 60s. Hawkeye traded roles with Hank Pym to become the second Goliath. Wow, really? Okay. This period was the apex of John Buscema's run on the series, which is often felt to be the defining era of the group. Hawkeye's position on the team was closest to that of the regular guy on a team made of titans. He didn't have the burden of being a living legend, a man out of time like Captain America, nor was he a god like Thor, nor an inventor genius like Iron Man, Tony Stark, or Hank Pym, Goliath, Yellow Jacket, Ant-Man, Giant Man. Wow. Hawkeye's hard-won skills with a bow and arrow, and his overall fighting adaptability was enough to make him an asset to this lineup of Marvel's greatest heroes. Hawkeye's original black and purple mask persona is a particular favorite of mine. His chainmail and buccaneer boots are something he shared with Cap, affecting a medieval look. I always like to draw this masked identity version, as it is useful to have his identity concealed, especially as more people he needed to protect in his personal life were added over time. Very cool. All right, let me grab one of my Avengers books. Okay, this book this is the one I was talking about. I had the picture of Vision in there when I had this when I was a kid. But this is very cool. A Marvel Treasury Edition. Full, like a special collector's issue. $1.50 back then. The Mighty Avengers. This was so cool. I used to draw this stuff and draw these and everything. Kirby's artwork and everything. They got Thor out front now. A deluxe edition of Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Let's flip through here real quick. But there's a lot of pictures in here from the paintings that Alex did. Like a lot of the characters that he used and the designs that he painted from, they were from this era here. And see, this is back from 1975. Wow. And then they got some stuff in from 1970, copyright in there. Cool. But here is Death Calls for the Arch Heroes. It's like one of my first appearances, or seeing the Black Panther, and see he doesn't have his face fully covered in this. Very cool. I liked how when he was climbing up the building, he had his leg off the side there like that, and everything, and his foot coming over off of there. This is really cool. And then he had to get through all the booby traps and stuff. I remember seeing this. I like that. Him leaping and then getting caught in the tube here, and then putting his back against the wall to go down there. And then he's terrified. The Panther is ready. But uh-oh, what's going on? It's unbelievable. And he sees the Avengers dead. Very cool. And this guy accuses him. Everything, and he goes to jail and everything. They get him and take him to jail, arrest him. Very cool. Let's see. What I'm gonna flip through and show you some more pictures in here. Is when he unmasks himself and says he's T'Challa, chief of the Wakandas. And then he's mocking him. Lead the way, Charlie. Get out of here, man. But then they're all sad. But I wanted to go through and just show you real quick some of the different pictures in here, if I can get it. The stay flat's not staying flat. The staples are in there. Look, all the staples are in there. But I want to show you some of the artwork. And everything is really cool. I remember this leap right here. I thought this was so cool, him leaping. And then what's funny is like, but it's too far. He leaps like some jungle beast, like a real panther. But it's too far. Nothing that lives could jump that distance. Really? In the Marvel Universe? But that's the Panther. Somebody that doesn't really know their surroundings real good. But then he's here. Really cool artwork. But I'm about to do a proper flip through of this. I'm going to find another picture real quick. Just a second. Okay, here's the image I was talking about when I first saw the Vision. Behold, the Vision. Him flying, and like how Alex painted him. And everything with the, how he's holding the cape. It's really cool. But I love this picture of him. No eyes and everything, and then the rain. I remember looking at this when I was a kid. It was like, wow. Very cool. And how he's just standing there. Like I said, because the rain does not touch him. So really cool. Like I said, I have to do a proper flip through of this soon. But let me find it. But I love this picture. Let me find another picture of him real quick. I was looking through this here to see, like, here's Hawkeye, the way Alex painted him. But over here, look at this. This is what he was talking about. He said, there's no need to shout. He's like, what in the blazes is going on in here? And he said, there's no need to shout, my amorous archer. You've seen the Black Widow walking on ceilings before. Look at that. That's what she used to look like. Fishnets, purple, we got a mask and everything. Here he is with his mask on, but look at this. And I noticed too the different colors, purples and everything on the different square from the panel. But look at her, look how different Black Widow looked. And then she is up here. She's mad at him because they used to date him. Obviously, they're saying they used to date before. And now his Avengers alarm is going off, so he's got to take off, and she's all mad at him. Look at her. Look how she used to look. You got the B there, and then the W there. Oh, man. So, but then there's more here. Here's the Vision coming. His mission was to destroy them at first, but now he's questioning it over time. And now he's sitting there wondering what he's thinking about. But this is cool. Like, I always like that picture, that square there in the panel. Ultron 5, like his creator. And then all these there. This is cool here. Him watching. For some reason, this got me too. I used to love this. This here, and he gets punched. It's like, wow. And with one blow, he knocked every bit of wind out of me. Then he drops here. This thing used to scare me. I was like, this thing was scary looking. Let me find some more pictures. I'll be right back. Here's another panel I liked. I always liked this one here with all of them together. They're gathered for Janet's wedding. She's going to marry Yellow Jacket here. I always thought this was cool. And the last few pages I'm going to show you is this here. This is cool. The Valkyrie. There's Medusa there. And Janet Van Dyne. The Wasp. And then Scarlet Witch over here. Very cool. I thought this was a very cool two-page spread here. But that's it for now. I'm going to start another video soon. But thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think. And do any of you have this book? This is beautiful. I had this when I was a kid, and then I lost it. It got ripped up or something. I lost it, but now I found it again. And I'm glad to have it. But I'm going to do a flip through soon. But thank you very much for watching. You guys have a great day, and Collector Dude is out.